Hey, what's up, gang? Probably one of the crazier things that I've ever come across in my days of working on cars. I've been chasing my tail for a while now. I've got a 2007 and a half new body style 2500 HD diesel, and basically I've been having all sorts of issues with my heater. So I tried, kind of all the usual things with the resetting of the actuators. Got to the point where I got to my blend door actuator and went to replace that. Put a new blower motor in the truck. Quite honestly, it was squeaking like crazy, and so it fixed that squeak problem. Didn't certainly do much for my heat, which I kind of knew was going to be the case, given that my blend door dial wasn't doing much as I was rotating it around. So I just thought I'd show you guys a quick little glimpse of what I came up with, and it's kind of mind-blowing, really. So what I've got here is I've got, again, just the very basic climate control setup. This isn't dual climate control, but really the only difference in this heater box inside the dash with dual climate control is there's a partition that splits the heater box in half, and then it's got a door for the top and a door for the bottom. In the simple system like I have, it's just a single blend door for the heat and the cold. So I got to the actuator, and hopefully it's not too dark and you can see that, but the actuator sat right up here, and it sits on top of this gray dial, which once you get to it, you can rotate the dial around and open and close the door. Or I should say, typically you can rotate that dial. And with me, the dial wouldn't move. So essentially it would move, I would say there's probably about 90 degrees of travel there. Mine would rotate approximately 10, and it kept, clanking into something, and you could hear it inside the heater box. So I went down the road of looking at some of the fixes as far as stuck blend doors. The heater treater guys were very helpful, and I kind of watched a bunch of their videos on how these doors operated. And at the end of the day, what I ended up doing is I just put a little kind of excavation hole in the side of my heater box. And so I got into that with a tiny little hole and then had to kind of open it up because what I found in that heater box was this right here. And basically some sort of mud dauber, some sort of wasp at some point in the history of this truck. It's new to me. I've only owned it for about a month. Managed to build a nest inside that heater box. And so my blend door was crashing into that nest, and it wouldn't allow it to open. So the actuators were fine, everything worked great. The blend door itself was just stuck on a wasp nest. So again, something I've never seen before, but it does just go to show you that rather than kind of constantly throwing parts at something, if you do a little bit of research, you can probably get yourself ahead of the game. So I don't know that this will help anybody. I've got to imagine this is kind of a lightning strike, 1 in a million type of occurrence. I can't imagine there's a huge preponderance of wasp nests being built in heater boxes, but it was just a good example of if I would have gone down the road of throwing big dollar parts or more than that, pulling the whole dash out of this truck to get in there to find this, it would have cost me a lot of time and effort and energy. So hope you're great. Hope you don't have the luck that I had here, but at the end of the day, I should have heat. So, cheers.